Hey guys, TrueGreen7 here, and every generation can be rated on the new Pokemon it introduced, the story and region it supplied, and of course, the soundtrack. The music within Pokemon games is extremely important, and in my opinion, Generation 5 had the most complete soundtrack out of any generation. Considering how Gen 4 was on the DS system as well, for Pokemon Black and White, Game Freak really tried to make the Unova soundtrack sound completely different, and they succeeded in doing so. The Black and White soundtrack is the most unique out of all the Pokemon games, which is why there are so many differentiating opinions. Game Freak implemented music that differed between seasons, theme variations between the versions of the game you were playing, and borrowed a more Western sound when compared to other generations. Considering Unova was based on New York, the soundtrack contains so many different sounds that range from highly electronic techno music to European and Gothic inspired themes, and even Latin American music peppered in there. Not to mention all the additional songs that were introduced in Black and White 2, most of which are on this list. This made the Unova soundtrack the most diverse, complete, and in my opinion, the best. So let's see which themes I love the most. And be prepared for the word emotion to appear a lot throughout this video. And since a lot of the themes in this game have extremely catchy parts, I will actually shut up at some points and this red frame will appear indicating that you should listen closely. Press the annotation right here if you want to skip and just watch the top 10. Of course, the Entralink theme playing right now is an honorable mention, but let's start with number 20. Driftvale City. There's no specific part of this theme that I want to point out. The whole theme itself is what I like. The tune is so catchy and reminds me of cold hard business. I mean, that's what this town is all about, making money. And that's what this music makes you think of, miners and businessmen all getting together for another day of work. It almost sounds like the music is coming out of speakers in the middle of the city, as if this tune is playing for all the citizens. The theme falls into the Generation 5 trend of putting very high notes in the music to evoke some kind of emotion. This song is so upbeat, and the fact that it's number 20 means nothing really. I love this theme a lot, like more than you would ever know. So that obviously means that I love every single theme that is coming up as well. Number 19. Champion Alder's theme. Yes, I like this theme a lot more than his battle theme. The music fits him so well. Just like Alder, it inspires positivity, adventure, culture, and experience. This man has been through a lot, and from this music, I could tell that he has learnt a lot about the world. He's at peace with his Pokemon and surroundings, and I feel at peace when I listen to this music. Considering how Unova is based on the American city of New York represent! It is totally appropriate for Game Freak to develop a soundtrack that is filled with Latin American music, Native American music, jazz, and Western music in general. And this smooth jam is 100% unique when compared to any other theme in the franchise. Number 18. Opaloosa City. That's right, we're talking about the theme that is different depending on the game you play. If you played Pokemon Black, you may be familiar with this electrifying theme, and if you played Pokemon White, this placid tune may be recognizable. I just love how they finally made locations that vary in appearance depending on which game you play, and the fact that they even decided to change the music is very smart and heartwarming. They actually care! They actually care, guys! And the gym leaders are different too. It's really impressive how both themes have a similar tune, but the styles are totally different, yet work to fit the way Opaloosa looks in each game. It's a very welcomed addition to Black and White. Number 17. Victory Road. This theme, alongside the landscape of Victory Road, is genius. In Black and White, Victory Road has you traverse both the inside and outside of a steep hill. It's almost like a deserted mountain, with sand kicked up by gusts of wind. And this theme fits perfectly. It's ominous and gives you the sense of hard work and dedication. It sounds like a challenge, but in Black and White 2, due to a landslide, Victory Road is replaced with an impressively diverse area consisting of forests, lakes, waterfalls, caves, mountains, canyons, and hills. It's massive, and this theme really helps you realize how vast this road can get. It gets very intense at times as well, and it truly is neat how they added wind sound effects into the theme as well. And the build-up at the gates, with each piece of instrument piling up to form the song after showing each badge. Number 16. Dahlia City. This theme is a flurry of fun. It's energetic and intense. There is not an ounce of negativity in this composition, and that's why I love this theme. As a person who lives in New York City, I gotta say how this song perfectly makes me feel like I'm in downtown Manhattan, just having fun without any cares. and I love it when a city and its corresponding music go together so well. This theme makes perfect sense. There is nothing I would replace it with. It's unique and grand, and in my opinion, saxophones are instruments that mimic human language in terms of the emotion that they can convey. Nimbasa City was originally in this spot, but I can't deny how perfectly this theme matches this city. Number 15. Battle Zekrom and Reshiram. Yes, that intro was intimidating and intense, but now the song is pretty glorious. As if N has revealed the truth to you, and you now realize that these legendary dragons are tame and will not hurt you. Zekrom and Reshiram only seek truth and ideals respectively. Neither of them is good or bad. Together they are balance of endeavors and virtues. Personally, this song is far from scary, and when I first played this game years ago, I thought that since this song wasn't terrifying, that meant that it wasn't successful in stirring my emotions. I see now that the circumstances of- I'm kidding. I see now that the emotion that this theme was trying to get out of me wasn't fear, but reverence and admiration for these magnificent beasts. Sure, this song goes from intense to happy to apprehension and back to happiness, but that's how any good battle theme should feel like. It should sound glorious with a mix of emotions, not just fear, and it's pretty cool how depending on which dragon you're fighting against, you'll hear sound effects for flames or sparks. Number 14. N's Decisive Battle. It's finally here, the time to battle N to determine the fate of Unova. In one of the most climactic battles in the franchise, the king of Team Plasma is ready to change the world. He believes he is doing the world a huge favor while you disagree. This battle music is intense. It's intimidating because the notes are held for a long time. It's basically a more extended version of N's normal battle because the stakes are way higher. You just captured a legendary dragon and are facing off against the other legendary dragon. The electronic sounds feel like static that is being created between the opposite viewpoints of you and N. The steel drums are racing in the background and that makes you feel uneasy for some reason. It's a theme fit for a king. It sounds like the shy and calm N has finally unleashed his true emotions. He is fighting for what he believes in. And I'm sorry, but Getsis' battle theme is actually tied with this spot, but doesn't surpass it. It's just my opinion, of course. Number 13. Battle Champion Iris. Admittedly, this is not my favorite champion battle theme, but it definitely isn't my least favorite. It's very unique because this theme reminds us that battling is all about fun. Not all champion themes have to sound like an intimidating final boss battle, especially after all the intense battles and battle themes that lead up to this moment. It shows you the type of character Iris is. She's a fun gal, and I rarely use the term fun gal. I believe my battle against Iris was the only champion battle I smiled throughout. Sure, she's despicable in the anime, but in the games I have nothing but respect for her. This theme is a delight to listen to and is a definite improvement from Black and White's champion battle theme. It has such a unique assortment of instruments like these bells that definitely highlight the fact that this battle's on frickin' Rainbow Road. Now it's time to let you know that every entry from number 12 to number 1 was at one point considered to be at the very top of this list. It hurts me that not all of the following themes can be in the top 5. Number 12. Battle Neo Team Plasma. God, I love that intro. I bop my head to the beat every single time. I dance to this in the shower. Okay, too much information. But it's true, cause I think this theme is intense. It never slows down. It's constantly intimidating. Sure, I love the original Team Plasma battle theme, but now that Team Plasma officially revealed themselves as an evil organization, Game Freak decided to let us know how bad they are by giving them a kick-ass battle theme. I'd totally go around stealing Pokemon while blasting this music. No other Pokemon battle theme sounds like this, which means that once again, I have evidence that this generation has the most unique music, cause this beat is insane! Number 11. Miss Troutman City. I cannot think of a town theme in any Pokemon game that is as powerful as the Miss Troutman City theme's intro. After coming out of Chargestone Cave, I always welcome this city's theme. It's so upbeat and pretty emotional in a sense that it fills you with pure happiness. The city makes me feel like I can fly. Now I see why Skyla is so ambitious and happy. She's been constantly listening to this theme, and the bass in this song is also pretty phenomenal. Take a second and feel that bass. There are just a lot of things in this song to love. Number 10. Lagoonosa Town. Wow, I can't count how many walks and bike rides I've went on while listening to this town theme. It's definitely at the top of my favorite town themes list because it just never gets boring. It's soothing and makes me feel very good about life, and that I will somehow pull through any hardships that come my way. It's crazy to think that this theme belongs to a town that is inhabited by citizens who are paranoid of a mysterious space monster, aka Kyurem. These people don't go out at night and live within high walls, and yet they still prosper and lead happy lives. And I think that's what this theme is all about. Finding happiness even during hard times. This theme is definitely underrated. And if you watched my recent update, you'd know that this is my phone's alarm. Number 9. Hugh's Rival Battle theme. When I started making this list, I was still convinced that this theme was going to be in the top 3. But then I realized that the Unova soundtrack was way better than I thought it was. But the fact is that just because this theme is number 9 doesn't mean anything. I love this theme to death. Black and White 2 were so original with all the additional music, and this theme was the first Rival Battle theme in a long time that didn't sound like you were having a friendly little battle. This sounds intense and meaningful. This battle isn't a battle with just a childhood friend, it's with a rival. I don't know about you, but I love Hugh for all that he is, and this theme really represents his raw emotion. Maybe if I love him enough, his hair will evolve into a mega quillfish. Number 8. You bet that intro was intimidating. As a veteran Pokemon player, gym leader battles aren't as challenging as they used to be. But when this song starts, I immediately shut up and regret my choices, cause guess what? I lost to not 1, but 2 gym leaders in Pokemon Black 2. They were just harder in that game, and this theme really does make me think that the Unova gym leaders are actually respected authorities in the Pokemon community. I mean, they actually help out unlike all the other gym leaders. That's why this theme has a friendly tune but can get extremely pressuring at times. And that part that you just listened to was actually the more intense version that was changed for Black and White 2. And I love it! The drums throughout the song are also a nice touch. It really complements this electronic theme. Aw, yeah! This theme! Victory right before your eyes is the theme that presents itself when you're battling against the gym leader's last Pokemon. And these added themes really do improve how much time and effort Game Freak put into this soundtrack. There's a lot of stuff here that didn't need to exist, but for Generation 5, they decided to give us a little treat. And I really appreciate it. Number 7. Route 10. Even if you dislike Generation 5, this route has the theme that reminds you how amazing the soundtrack of Unova is. Because this theme was unfortunately not brought back in Black 2 and White 2, fans tend to look back at this song with much nostalgia. After all, this theme is very unique compared to the other, United States-inspired route themes. Of course, the other route themes are phenomenal and all establish a great atmosphere of adventure. But this one is more touching because while the other themes remind me of daytime, this one reminds me of the sunset. It may just be my weird feelings or how this theme is heard at the end of your in-game journey. But like I said, this soundtrack promised emotions and this theme delivered them. These accordions, guitars, and flutes heavily contrast from the trumpets and electronic sounds of all the other tracks in Unova. And admittedly, this would definitely fit in with the Kalos tracks. But the way this theme feels out of place makes it special. I'm sure the fact that Nintendo remixed this theme for Smash and played it in Symphonic Evolutions means that they are acknowledging this theme's excellence. But who am I kidding? A lot of Unova's route themes are beautiful and as powerful as Arceus himself. Route 19 is definitely the best first route theme ever. Route 6 is as American and adventurous as any theme can get. And Route 12 is simply beautiful, and it almost sounds nostalgic. It's a shame I don't have an extra 3 slots to put these themes in. It's a darn shame! Number 6. N's Farewell. Let me be real with you guys for 1 second. Everybody can have their own opinion of Generation 5 and Unova itself, but I believe that Generation 5 had the most emotional story and soundtrack. The plot of Black and White and even its sequel surprised everyone because of how deep it was, and I think the character N can definitely be praised as one of the most interesting Pokemon characters. His farewell is as emotional as it gets, and there are no amount of words that can justify this song's greatness as much as listening to the song itself could. It speaks for itself, so just listen to the following part and think of a man whose world has just been flipped, and he's trying to accept the fact that he has to reevaluate his life. Another emotional song that I'm in love with is Unwavering Emotions, also known as Unwavering Hearts. This is one of the most saddest Pokemon themes in existence. And it's not even supposed to be sad. It's supposed to represent a person who is unwilling to give up on his or her dreams. It speaks about the human condition, you know? Just kidding, don't read into it too much. Just enjoy. Number 5. The legendary Pokemon battle. Now we're heading into our top 5. I already made a whole video talking about this theme, but I'll praise it once more. This fast beat gives a sense of urgency, like you randomly encountered a mythical beast and must battle it. The disorderly pianos you hear early on and later into the song kinda tell us that although we're battling godlike creatures, these legendaries are still dangerous animals that may kill us. The orchestra hits as the main instrument makes this song very cinematic. It feels like this battle is more than just an ordinary battle, but then the change in tempo mimics the rise and fall in tension, as you can be winning the battle in 1 second and losing it at another. This part that you're about to hear is honestly my favorite sequence in any legendary battle theme. Take a listen. I love it so much. It's very creative and proves that this song is the most dynamic legendary battle theme ever. Number 4. Are you serious, guys? A heartbeat? A freaking heartbeat incorporated into the theme? That's brilliant, and this may be the most underrated battle theme in the whole franchise. Not every fan has played Pokemon Black and White 2, and they're missing out because this theme is perfect. It's intense, fun, scary, and exciting. The World Tournament is hard, and the feeling of suspense really does carry into this music. It expresses the highs and lows of this champion battle, and the following melody is, in my opinion, the most emotional tune in any Pokemon battle theme that isn't specific to one person or Pokemon. And... that flute, trumpet, bass, and drums were perfect choices. This theme sounds like you're having fun. It sounds like you're being challenged, like you're really having the time of your life. Even if you weren't, the theme itself will at least give you the feelings I described. And with the addition of the remastered Gym Leader battle themes from all generations, the Pokemon World Tournament is a hub for some fantastic music. Number 3. Chorus Battle Theme. A countdown in a battle theme? That's perfect. I mean, seriously, how can that not be the best thing ever? I really need you guys to understand how this theme basically proves that Game Freak really cared about the Unova story and its games. This soundtrack isn't lazy at all. They found new sound effects to incorporate, like that countdown, and it works. This theme sounds like the theme of a person who's truly intrigued to find out the awesome power of your Pokemon. Whether he's annoyed that he's losing the battle, or is amazed by how powerful your Pokemon are, this theme tells you exactly what emotion Chorus is feeling. Chorus is astounded by the incredible Pokemon you have, and the following high notes really show his emotion. It's what the Unova soundtrack is all about. These very emotional high notes are amazing. Just listen. Damn, that's a beautiful tune. Number 2. Elite Four Battle. Yeah, that's right. That suspenseful intro blew your ears right off. This theme is all about suspense, and why wouldn't it be? In Hoenn, we finally had a unique Elite Four battle theme and it rocked, but for some reason, Sinnoh didn't have an Elite Four tune. But when we arrived at Unova, we were happily surprised that the Elite Four got such an intense battle theme. Of course, it's electronic and has a lot of drums, but that's not a bad thing. And of course, you can't forget the nod to the original Hoenn Elite Four battle theme. I'll skip so you can hear this Easter egg. And now I must talk about the following honorable mentions. These themes are less like honorable mentions and more like themes that could have actually been on the list. There's just no room. Honestly, I think the Gen 5 soundtrack is perfect, and basically every theme on the soundtrack is an honorable mention. It was so hard making this list. It literally took 11 months to write this script, and it's not even final. I wish every theme I loved could have been mentioned, so please don't tell me I forgot any themes because I didn't. How is it even possible to forget themes like Dragon Spiral Tower, White Tree Hollow, Ends Castle, or Sky Arrow Bridge? All the variety of town themes like the smooth New York feeling of Burbank City, or the Latin vibe I get from Lentimas Town. Happy town themes like Flockacy Town, Humalau City, Accumula Town, or the ever so quaint theme of Anvil Town. Atmospheric themes from various locations like Lostthorn Forest, Relic Castle, Cold Storage, the Dream Yard, Village Bridge, and the Gate theme, which I love. Even minor themes like the Gear Station, Join Avenue, or the Bike theme are amazing. How can I not mention both Nuvena Town and Esperta City, which both have lovely hometown themes? And one of the most underrated tracks is called Carrying Out a Mission. It's playing right now, and like many other themes that I won't have time to mention, it's not appreciated enough. I just don't see how you can bash this unique and complete soundtrack, especially when it contains my number 1 pick. And number 1 is... Ending to Each Future was easily the best song on both soundtracks, and the best ending theme of all time. This theme sums up the story and scale of Generation 5. It is the anthem of Unova, and perfectly represents the soundtrack. There is legitimately something wrong with you if you dislike this theme. Even though this list was hard to make, this was always going to be number 1. And don't get me wrong, Black and White 2's ending theme was amazing too, but just listen to this theme until the end and you will instantly fall in love. As always, I really did put my heart and soul into this video, so please leave a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe for more. Follow me on whatever social media you can, and I'll see you guys very soon.